Welcome back to Umineko, episode 4. We just finished watching Kraus tear the other three siblings a new asshole as they thought they had him beat, but he turned it all around and completely wrecked everyone. Destroyed them. And he now has the upper hand. We are on a Kinzo scene, so I expect lots of good, loud Beatrice shrieking. If I don't, I'm going to be very disappointed. Alright, Kinzo. It's been a little while since we've seen you, since you didn't come down for dinner. Or lunch, that is. Tell us what you got going on. Oh. Ooh. Is Ginzo relaying the information to not Ginzo. Is sorry. Why am I Is Genji is Genji relaying the information about the terms that the other three siblings put on Kraus to Kinzo? Oh, canon. There was something in here about Genji being, people thinking a spy for Kinzo, but here Canon is relaying the information, huh? And Kinzo really sees Canon. Well, about that. Ooh. Oh wait, no, did Canon not explain the second half of this conversation? Oh, okay. Surprised Canon's the one relaying the information in Kinzo's room. Kinzo is not impressed by Kraus's whole show. I was impressed because I did not see it coming. Wait, by the parents? The parents are discussing the epitaph? Oh, they're actually going for the riddle. Ooh. That's fun. I want to hear this. Kinzo set down his spectacles and snorted. The miracle. The miracle? Hold on, sorry. Kinzo said, the miracle fulfilled. Or gold exposed. Interesting. What the miracle? What could that be? Kinzo's gonna sit back and watch. Oh, he doesn't want the puzzle solved. Why even give the puzzle? Greed can allow great magic to bring forth a miracle. It's kind of going back to what he was saying before. Risk in magic and... What happens if the miracle comes first? Oh my. Half his life? Has he not seen Beatrice for that long? I am not disappointed. I got exactly what I came for. The game of demons shall begin. Well, shit. I just want to see your smile, right? Yep. Yep. Oh, God. Kinzo choked, apparently in great pain. Kanon got closer and tried to pat his master's back, but Kinzo motioned for him to stop. That is a good question. If you don't want them to find it so much. Okay, we're getting back to this. Gotcha. Yeah, it's going back exactly to what he was saying before in a different scene. Magic is a game. Interesting. I mean, okay. That's one way to put it, yeah. See what he's saying. Alright. We have a game. We have... We have something to solve, something to work towards. So, does the one who solves the riddle also get the entirety of the inheritance? Not just the gold? I mean, I think that's what I was just saying. Is it his grandchildren? Or aren't the only ones to attempt? Anyone. So, okay, even you. Staff can try, the grandchildren can try. What is the riddle? Tell me the riddle, please. Yeah, as long as you try, it increases the risk. Beatrice! Everyone. Magic and risk. It's an interesting concept. Not one I've ever, seen used before. I still don't fully understand it, but definitely sounds different from, any kind of standard use of magic or idea or rule of magic I can think of in a different fictional world. For a long while, Kinzo repeatedly muttered to himself, agitated and clutching at his head. Kanon stayed where he was, alert and unmoving, until he was given the next order from his master. Kinzo eventually realized this. Well, he's nicer than I thought he would be to his furniture. Assuming that was his... I don't know. I mean, that's not saying anything new. It's all stuff I've said before. I don't know why they say that they're furniture, but I assumed it might have just been the way Kinzo taught them how they should act. You're my servants, you're furniture, you're less than human, you're below me. But this is not the treatment I was expecting for such furniture. Like, here's some candy. Try and solve my riddle, like... Okay, here we go. As soon as I talk about it. What's Kinzo's response to that? I mean, no, it doesn't. Interesting. He just went along with it. He's like, yeah, okay. Huh. I don't know. I don't know what to make of the furniture thing. I mean, there's an obvious explanation for it, but I think there's more than that. Gotta lock the door. But it was not. Oh, it was not the sound of cannon locking the door. It was the door locking automatically. No one could enter without Kinzo's permission, and once they left, they could not enter again. It was a mechanism that Kinzo, unable to trust his blood relatives, had created to seal himself up in his own study and isolate himself from the outside world. He was already unable to trust anyone excepting, not the children who shared his blood, but those servants who called themselves furniture. Huh. Does even Genji call himself furniture, I wonder? You back to the kids? No. Hello. What's up, Nanjo? With a bitter laugh, Nanjo turned to face the door to the parlor. That look was apparently enough to tell Genji what Nanjo wanted to say. For the most part, Genji also understood the family situation. It must have made him want to frown, knowing that right now in the lounge the master he served was being discussed so disrespectfully. But it would have been very difficult to gather that from his indifferent expression. Oh, this is just after Nanjo left the room, I guess. What is written? Tell me. Nanjo looked at the portrait of Beatrice. No, he actually directed his gaze beneath the portrait, at the plate with the epitaph. He's like, that's not my job. It's above his pay grade. Kind of relating that to this. Seeing far ahead, too many moves ahead for you to comprehend. Yeah. I mean, the way he was talking, he didn't want anyone to find it. He just wanted everyone to try and fail. But deep down, does he want someone to understand and get it? Interesting. Something that no one can solve by themselves, but if they work together. He wants outsiders like you to try. I don't know. He doesn't seem like he cares about that. I doubt it, at least. It certainly would be heartwarming if, as Nanjo had suggested, this epitaph had been made to repair the siblings' relationship. But it's not that nice. No, I don't think Kinzo gives two shits if his kids are at each other's throats or not. However, both Nanjo and Genji knew that nothing could be more impossible than this. It's a lost cause. They'd known Kinzo longer than anyone, and Kinzo trusted them more than his own relatives, but even they could not guess at his true motives. Yeah. Tell me the riddle. I have my notebook right here. Let me do the same. Oh God, night after night. Okay, yeah. I just asked. Genji also refers to himself as furniture. Are they not paid then? Furniture doesn't get a salary.
本当にだからこそ金蔵さんもあなたには心を許されるのでしょう。ならば光栄なことです。
As Nanjo lightly laughed in response, he once again looked at the epitaph. Excuse me. Sweet fish. Who was referred to, or what was referred to as sweet fish? An episode or two ago. I've forgotten already. Is this part of the riddle? I'm gonna hit enter a few times. Okay, this has to be. I'm just gonna write this down real quick. Although it sounds like with the dots in the beginning, it almost seems like it's starting in the middle of it. We just keep going for a sec. The epitaph on the portrait called My Beloved Witch, Beatrice, goes as follows. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Behold the sweet fish river running through my beloved hometown. Okay. You who seek the golden land, or the gold. Whoops. What'd I do here? Get this out of here. There we go. You who seek the golden land. Golden land capitalized. Golden land. Comma. Follow its path downstream in search of the key. In search of the key. Okay. As you travel down it, you will see a village. In that village, look for the shore. The two will tell you of. Okay, I'm going to write this down. I'm going to go back after the episode and write it down. So I'm not making you guys wait because I have no idea how long this is. As you travel down it, you will see a village. In that village, look for the shore. The two will tell you of. It seems like it's, I mean, obviously it's not literally talking about villages, and it's got to be like a metaphor for something. Not even a metaphor, just like the village represents something else. The two represents not necessarily people. Two of something might give some sort of clue. There sleeps the key to the golden land. So it's not the gold itself. You need to get a key first. The one who obtains the key must then travel to the golden land in accordance with these rules. Okay? Hit me with them. On the first twilight, offer the 6 chosen by the key as sacrifices. On the second twilight, those who remain shall tear apart the 2 who are close. On the third twilight, those who remain shall praise my noble name. On the fourth twilight, gouge the head and kill. On the fifth twilight, gouge the chest and kill. On the sixth twilight, gouge the stomach and kill. What? On the seventh twilight, gouge the knee and kill. On the eighth twilight, gouge the leg and kill. On the ninth twilight, the witch shall revive, and none shall be left alive. What? Eight twilights of rules, and then the witch comes on the ninth. Huh. On the 10th twilight at journey's end, you shall attain to the power of the Golden Land's treasures once and for the last time. It sounds like everyone needs to die. What's the point of obtaining the gold if the witch shall praise the wise and bestow 4 treasures. One shall be all the gold from the Golden Land. One shall be the resurrection of all the dead souls, okay? One shall be the resurrection of the love that was lost. One shall be to put the witch to sleep for all time. Sleep peacefully, my beloved witch, Beatrice. Ooh, I heard a ding. Crash? About to get a crash? No. Oh, okay. Oh, time passed. What is it? 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Alright, an hour later. I need to look at what the updated information was about. What's this? Like the music. What's going on? I can't tell if this is going to be a CG or we're just going to get Sky. Ocean? Oh. Oh, we're going over that. Okay. It's nice, like, beach chairs and everything here. Nice ocean. Alright. Real quick. There was an update. Now, am I able to see who got an update? How do I know? How do I know who got an update? I heard that sound. I'm not sure. Alright. Yeah, let me know if, you know what's going on there as far as, what I'm missing. Okay. I heard the sound that usually comes, like, well, it did come when they would add a new character. I assume there was information updated, but, not really. I'm not going to sit here and read them all and try to figure out what was being added. So I don't know. Okay. Oh, Maria took it all down. Okay. Oh, she's so cute. Oh. There was a notebook inside the handbag Maria was always carrying around, and Beatrice's epitaph was copied onto it. Thanks to that, we were all able to challenge the puzzle of the epitaph while walking down this beach. Jessica and the rest had already tried to solve it several times, and had already gotten bored with it. However, since this was a first for me, I was so excited that I couldn't stop. It really tickled my sense of adventure. Yeah, okay, tell us. Talk to me. Talk it through with me, Battler. Let's solve it. Right. Where was this hometown? Is this the kind of river where we're going to need in-lore information to figure it out, I assume. That kind of thing. Like the name of the river might be important.
黄金鏡を目指す者はそいつを下って鍵を探せとあるわけだ。小田原にある川ってなんだ？鮎が泳ぐ川だぜ。
Good questions, good questions.
小田原で鮎って言ったら早川だろうね。
早川。
渓流釣りで有名だよ。
マリア魚嫌い。
Not a seafood fan, Maria.
マリアももう少し大きくなったらわかるぜ。鮎の塩焼きをベロベロベロってな。
ベロベロベロ Lick, lick, lick. Jesus.
うまいぜ。さっき飯食ったばっかりだってのに、もう腹が減ってきちまうぜ。
Well, it's making me hungry. I go for some seafood right now.
ビスケットでもお持ちしましょうか。
ああ、悪い悪い。そんなつもりで言ったんじゃないぜ。気にすんな。
Shannon-chan was faithfully keeping us company, since she didn't have any afternoon chores for a while. Oh, yeah. She's your guys' age. That's nice. Join the crew, have a little fun. I would have thought that, since she's a servant, accompanying us would force her to take care of us and tire her out. But that didn't seem to be the case for her. On the contrary, she seemed to enjoy joining in on a conversation with people close to her age. Yeah, this is nice. When I asked, I heard that she was the sort of worker whose room and board were supplied by her employer. So normally, the only person close to her in age was Jessica. Yeah, I can imagine how that might be pretty dull. Ooh, don't burn Jessica like that, jeez. Well, I guess if you're saying only Jessica, then okay, yeah, sure. But you're trying to say Jessica's dull? Jessica's nice.
となりゃ下るしかねえよな。早川を下ると何があるんだろうな。
I don't think it literally means this, though.
下流に出て海に出ると思います。
そうさ、河口部に出る。そして碑文の3行目には川を下ればやがてさ。ちなみにそういう河口部は大抵大昔から輸送の要衝になってて大きな都市があるもんさ。
Okay.
ここが
Yeah.
次のチェックポイントだな。
うんうん。バトラ君の想像通り、そこは大昔にとても栄えたことだよ。
Mm-hmm.
小田原城があるところだね。
Odawara Castle.
修学旅行で小田原城に行った気がします。
Is this a real close town, I
素
guess?
敵な
His
お城で
hometown?
したよ。
ああ、私も小田原城だったぜ。
So everyone's been there?
洋館に住んでてなんだが、やっぱり日本人は和風の方が落ち着くよな。
おお、マリアお城退屈。
Boring.
遊園地がいい。
I mean, for a kid, yeah, I'm sure a theme park is better, but castles are neat. I like them.
そう
I
か
have a
そ
few
うか。
castles in England. That
よ
was
し
always a really great time.
黄金を見つけたら、このバトラ様が気前よく
In Wales.
遊
Oh,
園地を一日借り切って遊
beautiful
ばせてやる
castles,
ぜ。しかし、小田原城の隠し黄金。
what do we know about Odawara Castle?
こりゃなんだかいかにもって感じだよな。
Although, yeah, I was gonna say, this is all still very basic train of thought we're going along here. I'm sure this is all the very first things that anyone thought of.
鮎の泳ぐ川を下って
So I don't think it's actually getting us any closer to the solution.
そこが多分小田原城あたりだろうってところまで。問題は次の行だろう。
Okay, Jessica grinned broadly. I haven't written it down because I was going to do that after the episode, so please remind me of the third line. She seemed to be implying that she would have solved the puzzle long ago if it was that easy. Very true. Yes, it's not going to be this easy or this straightforward. Damn it, I'll definitely find it and keep it all for myself.
4行目。
The fourth line. Oh wait, the fourth one, okay.
二人が口にし、岸を探れ。
The shore the two will tell you of.
二人ってのが何のことかわからねえが、で岸ってなんだよ。
Use that brain power. Kishi. That's another question. Is the riddle going to be a play on certain Japanese words and kanji, where they realize that, oh, instead of this meaning of the kanji, they mean this meaning or this, just things that, you know, as an English translation would not come through, I wonder.
蘇我岸という地名が小田原にあるんだそうですよ。
Sogakishi. Okay.
おお、詳しいな。
So instead of shore, we went with Kishi, then
ってことは
Sogakishi.
なんだよ。シャノンちゃんも黄金を狙って謎解きに挑戦してるんだな。
I mean, why not?
となりゃ
It's open
俺たち
field.
はライバルだぜ。
別に黄金なんて興味は。ただその以前にジョージ様から教えてもらっただけで。
2年前の私たちも同じ推理に行き着いたって。
Yeah, I'm sure everyone came to all these conclusions 2 years ago when the epitaph was first put up. Laid out a map.
小田原城の北に5キロくらいだったから、そこには確かに蘇我岸という地名があるよ。
Okay.
でもそこからがわからないんだ。次の5行目にはその土地のどこに鍵があるかは記してない。マリ
Right.
アちゃん、読んでくれるかい？
Please do, Maria.
そこに黄金鏡への鍵が眠る。
Oh, she's trying her best. Good job, Maria. Good. The fact, oh, she's so proud of herself. So maybe the fact that the key is sleeping there. Maybe sleep is the key word.
蘇我岸ったって広いだろうし、かつてそこに後宮家の家があったわ。その広大な土地のどこかに鍵が隠されててノーヒントってんじゃ。こいつ
確かにな。鍵が手に入らないことにはその先の行に進めないぜ。ジョージ
Okay.
兄貴。
So this is where you need the key as a prerequisite to keep going.
さあ、
You know, I feel like all of this is completely wrong. Like trying to literally follow this geographical whole thing is too simple and not the right train of thought.
行ったことはないから
Just
わ
my
からないけ
guess.
ど、地図によると山の中みたいだよ。確か浅間山の山麓みたいだったね。
Sama.
なんだかパッとしねえな。宝のありかを隠した謎ってのはもっとぴったりとハマるもんじゃねえのかよ。どうも蘇我岸ってのが
It's
そ
got
もそ
about
も
the
間違い
sleep.
って気がするぜ。
私は蘇我岸を疑ってるぜ。私たちが知らないだけで、例えばじい様の子供時代を過ごした家とかがあるかもしれないだろ。1行目に懐かしき故郷をって行があるくらいだもんな。シャノンはじい様によく酒とか継がさ
I
れ
think
て
we're
たろ。
supposed to be doing this in a smaller scale. Like it can somehow be solved if you relate each line to something on the island or maybe even at the mansion.
昔話とか聞かされたことないのか？
親方様は昔の話はほとんどされません。ただ後宮家が滅びかけた関東大震災について、関東地方よりずっと
I
遠
mean,
方にお住まい
The
だったかも
earthquake
し
is
れ
like
ま
the
せん。
beginning of what we know about him. It's the beginning of his story.
後宮本家は小田原に住んでたかもしれないけど、分家はその限りじゃなかったろうね。おじい様はよく自分のことを分家も分家、
The
後継ぎに
branch of a
最も
branch.
縁遠かった
Far removed from
と
the
言われる
main
くらい
head
だからね。
till everyone died.
ってことはつまり懐かしき故郷ってのがすでに小田原じゃない可能性もあるってことだな。
Hmm.
じい様の故郷なんて聞いたこともないぜ。
Is there also the possibility that this is not Kinzo we're talking about, but Beatrice? Like the riddle is sort of in first person. Maybe it's Beatrice's first person point of view rather than Kinzo's.
聞いても素直に教えちゃくれねえだろうしよ。
懐かしき故郷というのが後宮家のルーツを指さないのであれば、小田原説は
Yeah.
初めから間違ってることになっちゃうね。もちろん曽我騎士の疑いが晴れたわけじゃないけれども。
おお、さっきから何の話かわかんない。
Let's dumb it down a bit for Maria so she can participate. Come on, guys.
おー
She wants to solve the riddle too. Maria had been completely left out of the conversation, and now she sat puffing her cheeks in boredom.
つまりだな、黄金すごろくの最初のスタート地点が決まらないことには何も始まらない
Dice
って
game
こ
of
とだぜ。
gold.
いや待てよ、最初の5行で見つかるのは鍵だろ。
Right.
鍵なんてなくても扉はぶち壊して入ることだってできるは
Oh,
ずだぜ。
ignore the part about the key and just try and find where the gold is hidden.
とりあえず最初の5行を
Get to the
すっ飛ばして
door
その
first.
先の推理に入ってもいいんじゃねえか。
Work on the second half of the puzzle.
おお、
Did no one ever
そ
do
の
that before?
発想はなかったぜ。
Someone had to have over the 2 years.
まあいいや、どうせ暇つぶしなんだ。続きを聞かせろよ、バトラの推理。
Okay.
でもその先からは
Oh yeah, now everyone
急に
starts dying and shit. Holy. Shannon Chan frowned slightly after looking back at Maria's notebook to recall what was written there. Yeah, I was forced to agree.
第1の番に鍵の選びし6人を生贄に捧げよう。いきなり物騒になるな。
The 6 chosen by the key.
第2の番には寄り添う2人を
What kind
引
of
き下げ
key?
ときたもんだ。
Obviously, it's not like a literal key. But whatever the quote unquote key is, chooses 6 sacrifices. And then we're gonna kill each sacrifice in order. Tear apart the 2 who are
恋仲を
close.
破談させるのか。文字通り引き裂くという意味なのか。
Oh, tear them apart literally or figuratively.
わかりかねるけど、
Ruin the love
ど
or
っちにせよ気持ちの悪い話だぜ。
God damn.
その第2の番の解釈を別にしても、第1の番に6人、
Right, so
第4の番から第8の番までで5人。少なく見積もっても11人
oh,
が
okay, I
生
see.
贄
I
に
was
され
thinking
なきゃ
about
な
it the
らない
wrong way. Wow.
ベアトリーチェが蘇るための生贄。
Maria's all out of it, like, yeah, sacrifices, yay!
なるほど。魔女復活のための生贄。
How many characters do we have? Out of curiosity, 11 people must be sacrificed? 9, 10, 11. Exactly 11 under Kinzo, huh? If we talk about the children, their spouses, and the grandchildren, there are exactly 11. That's a little freaky, actually. Now I'm kind of worried.
そういう解釈にもなるな。その結果、第9の番に魔女が蘇って、
Right.
最後は極めつけだな。
And then on the 10th, the witch grants 4
第
things.
9の晩に魔女は蘇り、誰も生き残れはしない。結局はみんな死んでしまいます。
But then they're revived.
それでようやく次の第10の番、みんな死んじまうのに黄金鏡へ至るだろうって言われても困ったもんだぜ。
The 10th one says it.
鍵を手に旅に出た当人も生き残れないに含めるのかどうかは解釈の分かれるところだね。
Oh, okay. So, would there be 12 people needed then? The one who holds the key and the 11 sacrifices?
ゴールした後、魔女からもらえる4つの宝の行だよ。
Right. One shall be all the
問
gold.
題は次だ。すべての死者の魂を蘇らせるとみんな死んじまったっていうのとかけてるような気がしねえか。
It does.
それを言われれば、次の失った愛すらも蘇る第二の晩の寄り添いし二人を引き裂けにかけているようにも見えますね。
Everything gets fixed in the end, technically. I mean, is what it
そう
seems
だ
like.
ね。そして4つ目も第9の晩にかけてやる。第9の晩に蘇った魔女を4つ目の宝が再び眠りに
She
つか
awakes
せて
in the ninth twilight and goes back to
好
sleep on
意
the
的に
tenth.
解釈すりゃ死んだり別れさせたりと忙しいが最後には全部チャラになるんだ
Right.
な、
Uh-huh.
目覚めた魔女も再び眠るし手元にはたっぷりの黄金だけが残るって寸法だぜ。
If that's actually what it's implying, it's not so bad. It sounds pretty violent on the way there. But if everything's made right in the end.
つかせたりと魔女様はお忙しいこったね。
ついでに起きたり眠ったりな。
Yeah.
いや
Only awake for one twilight, though.
せっかくの隠し黄金の話も魔女の話が絡んじまうと急にうさんくさくなっちまうぜ。
違いないな。
Yeah, the second half of this riddle is extremely different from the first half. One's like a treasure hunt, and the other one is like a whole ritual sacrifice to awaken a witch. It's very different. I laughed along with Jessica. After all, the idea of a witch was just too ridiculous. For now. Of course, once we started laughing like that, Maria, who believes in the witch, got angry. Oh. You all need to
魔女はすごい。魔法で何でもできる。
hold your tongues around poor Maria.
殺すことも、
Even killed, I mean,
生き
yeah.
返らせることも、愛を与えることも、奪うことも。
That is incredible.
空も飛べるし、姿を透明にできるし、黄金もパンも生み出せる。
I believe she can make gold out of nothing. I think that's how the gold came to be. Alright. Someone give her a pat on the head.
いいけね。悪い悪い。冗談だよ。
Jessica apologized, sticking out her tongue, but Maria didn't accept it. She grabbed her notebook back out of my hands and, opening to some other pages, tried to prove that the witch existed. Oh. Those pages had colorful drawings of witches on them, and, well, conveyed the fantastical image Maria had of witches. It wasn't the normal sinister image of a crooked-nosed hag flying around on a broom, but a dreamlike person with unnatural powers who could do anything and wore a beautiful dress. They're like magical princesses. It was just what you'd expect from an imaginative young girl. Flitting through the sky, crossing a rainbow, dancing around, all night with a teacup and a teapot that would never get empty, no matter how much you poured out of it. With a flourish of her staff, the stars in the sky would become candy and pour down, and flowers that produced sweets would bud by the roadside. It's very fairy tale-esque. To Maria, witches were the only concept that could embody the magical dream that so captivated her. As she grew older, it was the last remaining thing that could give richness to her dull and plain everyday life. Huh. That's why Maria believed in witches. She didn't want that dream of hers to be tarnished. That's why she didn't want anyone to tarnish the epitaph, which affirmed the existence of witches. Because the witch named Beatrice is Maria's dream.
マリアちゃんにとってはこれは黄金の隠し場所を示すものじゃなくて
If Beatrice comes around, Maria... It's going to be an interesting meeting, I guess. To see Maria react.
魔女を蘇らせるための魔法なんだって
Yeah, it's not about the gold for Maria. So it was a single link between Maria and the witch. Maria was very angry and clung to George Anarchy. Jessica and I scratched our heads and apologized. It might not be possible to smooth things over again like that time she got mad in front of the portrait. Yeah, she can only hear you say, "Oh, sorry, I was joking, I was lying," so many times before she's had enough of your bullshit. Maria didn't seem willing to be easily consoled. Unlike Jessica and I, who hung our heads wondering what to do, Shannon-chan timidly opened her mouth.
マリア様、 ご存知ですか？私たち使用人の間ではベアトリーチェ様の怪談が語り継がれているんですよ。
This isn't what Kumasawa was going to say on the boat before Jessica stopped her, was it? Maybe not. Jessica seemed very much not wanting Kumasawa to say that, so if Jessica doesn't intervene here, then it's probably not the same story.
そうだったっ
Oh?
け。シャドン、聞かせてやるよ。
Okay. This can't be
私
it.
は知らないんだけど、使用人の間じゃかなり有名な話らしいぜ。
Alright.
何の話だ？階段？
うん。僕たちが生まれる前からある話らしいね。母さんにも話を聞かされたことがあるよ。
はい、この島にお屋敷が建てられてからずっと語り継がれている話です。当時の使用人たちはお屋敷には昼と夜で違う主がいると
One
さ
of
さ
the
やき
day
合っ
and
てい
one
た
of the
そうで
night.
す。
The tale that Shannon told was just like a typical campfire ghost story. If there was a forest with a witch living inside of it, then of course the witch would come pay a visit to the mansion from time to time. At some point, this ghost story naturally sprouted up between the servants.
ちゃんと閉めたはずの窓や扉や鍵がもう一度見回りに来たら開いて消したはず
Very
の
standard
明かりが
ghost story
つ
stuff.
いていたり、
Yeah.
つけたはずの明かりが消えていたり、置いたはずのものがなくなっていたり、置いた覚えのないものが置かれていたり、
Mm-hmm.
そういうことがあるたびに古い使用人たちは魔女が姿を消してお屋敷を訪れ
Classic
いた
tale.
ずらをしていったのだ。ほらいる、ベアトリーチェはいる。
ああ、いるよな。
Maria puffed out her chest with an ooh ooh, as though this was the final proof of the witch's existence. If I opened my mouth, Maria would probably be hurt again, so I didn't. I mean, you hear this kind of story everywhere. Depending on the place, they might blame it on a dwarf or an elf. The only difference is that they call it a witch on this island. Of course, walking around a vast, elegant mansion at night would be a little unsettling. It's an island devoid of people. Since the mansion is so drafty, walking around on the night of a thunderstorm would certainly be eerie.
他にも鬼火や輝く蝶々が舞っているのを見たという使用人も。
Will-o'-the-wisps and glittering
カ
butterflies.
ノン君もそれらしいものを以前夜の見回りの時に見たことがあると言ってました。あと、
Really?
最近ではお屋敷の中で深夜に不思議な足音をよく聞くと使用人の間で話題です。
Sounds quite freaky.
私たちは肖像画の中のベアトリーチェ様が
I
姿を
mean,
消して
well,
お屋敷の
okay.
中を散歩しているの
Kinzo
だろう
seems to
と
believe that she's right around him at all times, but invisible. So, that could very much be the truth.
ずいぶん前ですが、私もそうかもしれない足音を夜の見回りの時に聞いたことがあり
They
ます。
might not just be stories or tales or...
ひゅー。そりゃ怖えな。
怯えることはないんですよ。ベアトリーチェ様は親方様とは異なるもう一人のお屋敷の主で、だから変に怯えたりしないで敬意を持っていれば決して悪いことはしないのだそうです。
not a insidious type of
ただし、
ghost.
敬意を持たないと
Witch.
恐ろしいんだったね。
Oh, I bet.
はい、私が勤めを始める直前にベアトリーチェ様のことを悪く言っていたそうです。
Oh,
だから使用人たちはベアトリーチェ様のお怒りに触れたのだろうと噂し合ったそうです。
okay. Okay.
バトラとチェシカ、きっとお怒りに
Oh, please, Maria, don't say that. They're sorry.
わあ、悪かったぜ。
Yeah.
お怒りに触れちゃたまるねえ。謝るよ。
Let's not
マ
put
リア。
Battler and Jessica into a wheelchair before the visual novel begins.
もちろん、魔女様にも謝るぜ。ベアトリーチェ様、ごめんなさい。 よそ者のザレ言と思って
Beatrice-sama
勘弁してやっ
ごめんなさい。
てください。
私も謝るぜ。ベアトリーチェ様、ごめんなさい。これで魔女様、私たちを許してくれるかな？
Well, Maria, will she forgive him? Oh, she's like thinking about it. I don't know.
魔女は気まぐれだから、許してくれるときは許してくれるし、
それは困ったね。マリアちゃん、バトラ君とジェシカちゃんがベアトリーチェ様のお怒りに触れないようにする何
Might
か
help.
魔除けとかさ。
By relying on Maria, who was proud of knowing the most about witches, George was trying to revive her self-esteem. Once again, I gotta admire his ability to calm kids down. After taking a moment to cross her arms and seriously ponder whether there might be a charm that could save us, she started flipping through the pages in her notebook. I'd thought it was just a scribbled diary, but there also seems to be quite a few pages that look like they come from a book on black magic. Maria solemnly considered a group of these pages, which contained things that looked like magic circles. Apparently, Grandfather wasn't the only one with a black magic hobby. Well, yeah. Strangely, they both do. Don't know what that's about. When Maria finally found what she was looking for, she snapped the notebook shut and threw it in her handbag. Then she began fishing through the bag's contents. There seemed to be various jumbled up things in there. After a while, she took out various pieces of junk, although they were probably important magical items to Maria, and repeatedly threw them back in, saying they were wrong. It was all a little humorous, just like when Doraemon took out the wrong tool. Oh, we gotta censor the... Finally, she seemed to discover what she was looking for. With a face that was unimaginably cheery when compared to the intense expression she had worn until now, she held those out to Jessica and me. I grabbed it and saw that it was a very cheap-looking charm. It looked like a bracelet made from plastic rosary, with a scorpion-themed medal attached. Haven't you ever seen those cheap Zodiac-themed accessories? The kind you might win in a crane game at an arcade? It really looked like something like that. There were two of them, probably one for me and one for Jessica. Excuse me. However, the fact that there were two of them made them feel even more like cheap manufactured goods, making it pretty hard to think of them as magical items.
これを私とバトラに？
Aw. She's got you your good luck
こ
charms.
のお守りならベアタリーチェも大丈夫。
Aw.
サソリは魔除けの力があるから。
You just happen to have two scorpion-related items right in your purse, huh?
そうなのか？
He's like,
さ
oh,
すがに
really?
そんな力がね
バトラが
Ooh, come on, Battler. You know, before I was like, oh yeah, you seem really good with Maria, but you haven't been doing too good lately. You gotta step it up. George really is a step ahead of you there. I said too much and angered Maria again. Maria took out her notebook again, pointing out various pages as she went on and on about how the scorpion had such incredible holy power that it had been used in magic-repelling magical circles since ancient times.
他の使用人の子から聞いたことがあります。サソリって魔術では魔除けのシンボルとして描かれることもあるんだとか。
へえ、そうなのか。
サソリは悪い魔法や最悪から守ってくれる。
Calamity.
そしてエメラルドは心に平和をもたらしてくれる。だから二重で効果がある。
Maria is the fucking expert.
本当だ。なるほど。これはご利益がありそうだよ。
I really wanted to make fun of those worthless-looking charms, but as I watched Maria explaining with all of her heart and realized that she'd found them for our sakes, I started to feel like it might actually work, even if it was just a prize from some game center. Why would you want to make fun of it? She is like so cute and she's like trying her hardest to help you and like she just wants to believe in something and you're like, I want to make fun of this bullshit. Just let her have it. Oh my god. Give her a break. The material quality of the charm didn't matter. What mattered was the strength of her feelings. Even I don't think of myself as the sort of loser who'd laugh at something like that. Well, you just said you wanted to.
ベアトリーチェ様には謝ったけどよ。万が一たたりがある時でも、マリアのこのお守りのおかげで安心な、ジェシカ。
ああ、そうだぜ。ありがとうな、マリア。
お財布に入れるとお金が減らなくなる。ドアノブにかけておくと悪いものが入ってこられなくなる。
Lots of uses.
便利なお守り。
Sounds like it.
それはすごい効能ですね。マリア様が自信を持って進めるお守りならきっと頼もしいものと思います。
Shannon-chan clapped her hands together and Maria stuck out her chest. She was totally in a good mood again. It's probably best if we let her lead the conversation a bit longer, if it'll keep her in such a good mood. Come to think of it, she looked a bit bored when we were getting excited about the hidden gold, probably because she couldn't keep up. While eating the cookies Kumasawa-san had baked, Jessica and I asked Maria this and that about black magic. Maria happily chatted away in response to our questions. Each time, George Aniki and Shannon-chan would act surprised or chime in. The clouds in the sky grew darker and darker, but we cousins really enjoyed communicating freely after a year of separation. Well, don't hang out there too long. A storm is on the way. Don't get caught outside, please. Oh, and that's it. That's the scene wrap. Oh, wait, is it? Let's see, what are we at? 56, 57 minutes? We'll just keep going a little bit and see if the scene's going to end soon. Yeah, it's time to run in anyway, so probably going to be leaving the beach now.
どうだろうな。
As George Aniki rubbed his forehead, he looked up at the sky. Considering the color of the sky and the dampness of the air, it wouldn't have been odd for a raindrop to hit him. The wind also seemed to have grown a bit stronger. Time to go.
マリアポタッと来ない。マリアだけ来ない。
That's not fair. I want to feel a drop.
安心しろ。俺にも来ねえぜ。それに今夜になれば、誰にも等しく大雨が降るだろうよ。
そうだね。そろそろ引き上げた方がいいかな。
Shannon-chan looked down at her watch. It was probably well into the evening by now.
もう仕事に戻る時間かよ。
はい、皆様と一緒で楽しい時間を過ごさせていただきました。ありがとうございました。
熊沢さんにクッキーをごちそうさまってさあみんな片付けを手伝おう。
Shannon-chan declined our help, saying this was a servant's job, but picking up a dropped fork before the waitress has to is like my purpose in life. We folded up the blanket, gathered up the trash, and helped clean everything up. Was it blowing away? The wind's picking up.
そいつは逃がさないぜ。マリアより先にいただきだ。
Oh yeah. Rosa said, don't get your clothes wet. To Maria, chasing after some trash sent flying by the powerful winds was just another game. By the time we finished, the wind was blowing pretty strongly. Probably a good time to head back.
皆様のおかげで助かりました。ありがとうございました。
もう本当に時間がないみたいだね。先に戻っていいよ。
George Aniki perceived from her hurried appearance that very little of her free time was left.
レンジさん、時間には厳しい人だからな。定時に持ち場
I
に
think
着い
you
たら
all need to
厳
head
しそう
back,
だ
not
ぜ。
just her.
また後でね。お仕事頑張ってね。
If you're feeling raindrops and the wind's that strong.
それでは 失礼させていただきます。
After making a respectful bow, Shannon-chan ran towards the rose garden.
ほんじゃ俺たちもゲストハウスへ戻ろうぜ。
Yep.
テレビでも見てくつろがせてもらうさ。
It's about that time.
テレビ見る。テレビ見る。
なら決まりだな。戻ってみんなで一緒にテレビでも見ようぜ。
Maria, who wasn't done having fun, agreed once television was mentioned. Oh wait, who wasn't having fun? Who wasn't done having fun. We climbed up the gentle stairs and returned to the rose garden. Plain mist again. Oh my. The wind had grown very strong and roses shook throughout the garden like ripples on the water. This might be our last chance to see these beautiful roses. I'll bet tonight's typhoon ruins them. Oh, the whole fucking garden?
バラ、今夜の風でやられちまうかもしれないな。
How do you keep a garden like that
そうだな。
maintained so well if a storm just... Well, okay, it's a whole typhoon, so maybe it's just a very rare, very
ラ
awful
ッキー
storm.
だったと思うぜ。台風の前にバトラたちを歓迎できたんだからよ。
It's true.
花はいつか必ず散る。でもだからこそ咲き誇る今をめでることができるんじゃないかな。
そうだな。マリアもよく目に焼き付けとけ。今この瞬間が今年で一番のバラなんだぜ。
目に焼き付ける。
Right then, Maria suddenly clapped her hands. It looked like she remembered something.
マリアのバラ、
Oh.
台風で飛ばされちゃう。
Do you need to go grab it? Go bring it inside.
うん。ジョージの兄貴
Oh, right.
目
It
印の
was
リボンをつけて
dying.
もらった。
Let's see where it
あの
is.
元気のないバラか。
Maria apparently remembered where the rose was. She ran at full speed. The rest of us followed her. Oh god, you can really feel the storm coming. Is it gone? Or is it dead? Or
あ
what?
れはどこだったっけな。確かこの辺だったと思ったぜ。
We searched everywhere around that area, but it was only... Whoops. Didn't read that. Only a single flower among all of these roses, after all. Even though we knew it was somewhere close by, we weren't able to find it. We wrapped something around it. The winds making up the typhoon front lines made roses throughout the garden undulate. It was almost like it was teasing us by making the location of Maria's rose impossible to find.
ここじゃなかったかな。少し手分けをして探してみようか。
そうだな。人海戦術で行こうぜ。
お
なんだよ、マリア。
Maria? As we made to split up and search, Maria tugged on my jacket with an unhappy face. You could tell that she didn't want us to leave that spot.
なんだよ、どうした？
Talk to us, Maria. What's
マリア
wrong?
のバラはここなの。ここにあるの。
She knows the location.
で
Don't
も
need to
現に
split
な
up.
ぜこの花壇の裏側だったかもな。みんなで探せば早いぜ。
No.
ここなの。
Oh, she's got that really upset face
マリ
again.
アのバラはここなの。探して。探して。
Oh boy. Calm down. Maria stomped to her feet in irritation. She pointed at that spot and said it was definitely there, but in actuality it wasn't. Even so, Maria got mad when we said we were going to search elsewhere. We were at a loss for what to do. For a while, we had to stay near Maria and pretend to search through the rose thicket.
ない。ない。ない。
Maybe she's saying that it should be here, but isn't. Maria became increasingly irritated.
マリアがすっかり機嫌を損ねちまったぞ。
マリアはたまにすごくどうでもいいことを気にし始めちゃうんだよ。
Don't say that too loud. Come on, careful.
ないものは探せないしね。
Just when we were at a loss of what to do, Maria called out in a loud voice. You find it? Oh. We could see Aunt Rosa in the direction Maria was waving her hand. Maybe she wanted to look at the garden one more time before the typhoon came, or maybe she had some business at the guest house. Aunt Rosa was coming from the mansion. She quickly noticed her daughter's voice and came over. Hello.
あらあら、どうしたのみんな。何か探し物なの？
Yeah.
探して。ママもマリアのバラを探して。マリアのバラって？
この辺に元気のないバラを一つ見つけて、
I
それ
forget
に
what they
ねじ
used to market. Oh, candy wrapper. Okay.
きっと足が生えてどこかに行っちまったんじゃなきゃ他の場所だったと思うぜ。マリアの記憶違いじゃないのか。
I always feel compelled to believe Maria. Like, if she says something, I always feel like she's right. Like, she knows more than she's letting on. She's smart, and other people, are rightfully treating her as a kid. But like, if she says it's there, I believe it was there.
パトラが信じてくれない。その言うのをやめなさいって何度言ったらわかるの？
Oh boy.
ママも探してあげるから静かにしなさい。
I've never seen Aunt Rosa be anything other than kind and gentle, so her anger surprised me a bit. Yeah, she's coming right out of that fucking family meeting, so she's probably in a way right now. That's for damn sure. Aunt Rosa began searching as well, so we went along with her for the time being. But we were already more than sure that it wasn't around here. So it didn't take long for Aunt Rosa to realize that too.
ここにはそのバラはないわ。他の場所の間違いじゃない。これだけたくさんのバラがあるんだから。
Oh boy.
違うの。ここにあるの。
He's still stomping on the floor.
ママも信じてくれない。
It's not about believing, it's about seeing what's with your own eyes.
ちゃんと信じて探してるでしょ。
Alright, yeah, Rosa's in a bad mood. Mama's in a bad mood
でも
right now.
ないじゃない。
Maria, you're not helped. Oh, this is starting to get really painful to watch.
ここなの。ここにあるのにないの。
Ah, they're just agitating each other further.
じゃあ誰かが抜いちゃったんでしょ。とにかくその言うのやめなさい。
Oh.
マリアのバラ
Ah.
抜いたの誰？抜いたの誰？返して返して。
What's his name? Goda didn't make the lunch with it, right? He wouldn't have done that. He's a nice guy, right? He wouldn't have ripped up the rose that... Oh my god, the ooze.
そんなの知らないわよ。
Oh, fuck.
やめなさい。その言うのやめなさい。
Oh my god. Oh, no. What? Rosa's so upset from that family fucking meeting, and then... I should have seen that coming. Jesus Christ. I should have seen that coming. Aunt Rosa slapped Maria's left cheek with her palm. In that instant, Maria was shocked into silence. Of course, it was only for an instant. When Maria realized that her wish was being rejected, she started yelling even louder. Oh, God. Fuck. This is painful to watch.
その変な口癖をやめなさいって言ってるでしょ。
Ah.
だからクラスの子たちにもバカにされるんでしょうが。
Oh, fuck.
いい加減にしなさい。
No. Fucking hell. Once again, her palm slapped Maria's cheek. This time she didn't go silent. She choked as she started crying and began to bawl in an increasingly loud voice. Fuck, I should have stopped on the beach. Why did I continue to this? Fucking hell. Oh, God. Aunt Rosa was clearly irritated and lifted her hand once more to try and shut her daughter up.
ローザおばさん、まあまあ、小さい子供のことですし、そんなマジになんなくても。
Thank you, Battler. I tried to cut in with a bitter smile, rubbing my hands together, but Aunt Rosa glared at me with a serious face, and I realized that I should have stayed out of this.
ごめんね。バトラ君たちはちょっとお部屋に戻っててくれる？
You're not gonna keep hitting her, are you? Fuck.
誰もマリアのバラを信じてくれない。ここにあったのに。探して。ここなの。ここにあったの。
でもないじゃない。なら他の場所の勘違いでしょ。
I don't even know what to say.
じゃあなくなっちゃったのよ。諦めなさい。
First, we see a different side of Aunt Eva and now Rosa. I mean, I don't know. We didn't get into what was going on with Aunt Rosa and her financial situation that Krause was implying. The only thing they said that was that she co-signed something probably that she shouldn't have, and she was so embarrassed she didn't want anyone to know about it. And now she comes out here and Maria is just throwing a fit. And Rosa does not want to care about the rose right now. She's got more on her mind, and Maria's just pushing her over the edge. Holy fuck. Whoa. And Rosa once again raised her hand, overcome by emotion, and slapped Maria's cheek. It was strong enough to knock Maria over.
ローザおばさん、いくら娘でも暴力はいけねっすよ。
I stepped between them to protect Maria, who was still on the ground, crying, ooh, ooh. I knew that, as an outsider, problems between parent and child were none of my business. But I wasn't brought up just to silently observe something like this.
バトラ君は変に思わないの？
Oh, God. What?
あなたの学校にうなってる女の子なんている？
Rosa has had enough of the ooze, clearly.
いや、まあさすがに高校には。でも小学生ならそういう言うのも可愛いじゃないですか。
可愛い。
Don't. Rosa's clearly trying to, like, train this behavior out of Maria. So don't, like, invalidate what Rosa's trying to do, like, as a parent. Like, obviously she shouldn't be hitting Maria, but if Rosa wants to cut out that kind of behavior, if she's really getting, like, made fun of for it at school, it's something that should be done.
言うのが可愛い？可愛いって。
Oh, fuck. My careless words seemed to have earned me Aunt Rosa's wrath. She grabbed my collar with a terrifying expression.
バカ言ってんじゃないわ
fuck.
よ。マリアがいくつか知ってる？
That is true.
9歳よ。小学4年生なのよ。幼稚園児じゃないのよ。
Mm-hmm.
それなのにまだクラスでうう言ってるのよ。わかる？この子クラスでなんて言っていじめられてるか知ってるの？ この変な口癖のせいで未だに友達の一人もいないのよ。
Damn. Damn, and now I feel weird about it because, like, I thought it was cute and funny, like, the whole time. But when you put it into, like, perspective like that, it's like, it makes it so much weirder, so much more awkward and sad. They made it so much more serious. It's not just some, like, silly quirk that she has that's just, like, there for cuteness points. Like, she has, like, an actual issue with it.
無責任にマリアのこと可愛いとか言って現実から目をそらさないで。
Fucking hell.
この子の将来のことをもっともっと真剣に考えて。
Oh, Maria, stop. No. Please stop, Maria.
だからその言うのをやめなさい。やめろって言ってんでしょ。
Holy shit. This scene is insane. Onrosa struck Maria's quivering head, from which an increasingly unhappy voice was rising. I tried to stop it, but Onrosa pushed me away. My back hit George Anarchy.
昔はローザおばさんもマリアちゃんの幼児言葉の一つだくらいにしか思わなかったんだけど、小学校の中学年になっても治らないのを最近はだいぶ気にしてて。
I'm sure.
別にどういう言葉遣いをしよう
I mean, it can be.
関係ねえだろ。
She'll
そのまま
mess.
社会人にはなれないよ。
Yeah.
だから見ていて気持ちのいい光景ではない。これはおばさんたち親子の問題。
Well, okay, it is a problem between parent and child, but that doesn't mean the parent can do whatever they want to child to try and fix it. I'm not an advocator of striking your kids.
私もこの言葉遣いのせいでよくお袋に怒られるけどよ。
And I know Rosa might have learned that from Kinzo, because Kinzo used to hit them a lot. So I'm sure it is something that's normal in her family, or something that was normalized for her as a kid, and so that's how she thinks things need to be done. But I guess I had hoped that maybe after experiencing that from Kinzo, she would not have wanted to make her own child experience that kind of thing. When they put it that way, maybe even a scene as painful as this isn't something an outsider like me should butt in on.
バトラ君だって小さい頃悪い癖が治らなくて怒られたことがあったんじゃないかい？
まあ一つや二つは。授業参観の日に人前でずっと怒られてた時は恥ずかしくてたまらなかったぜ。
じゃあ今のマリアちゃんたちの気持ちはわかり、僕たちにここにいてほしいとは思わないんじゃないかな。ジェシカちゃんにもわかるよね。
怒られてるところを誰かに見られてえとは思わないぜ。
行こう。ゲストハウスへ戻ろう。
Oh,
そし
don't.
てマリアちゃんが戻ってきたら何事もなかったかのように迎えてあげようよ。
Fuck.
それが一番じゃないかい。
Please don't hurt her more, Rosa. It's not how you do things. We thought George Anarchy's point was a reasonable one, and we may have been eager to use that reasonable sounding argument as justification to retreat from this heart-rending scene. Jessica and I nodded at George Anarchy, and we all left. We called towards Maria, telling her that we were going to head to the guest house, but she didn't seem to hear, and we felt sort of guilty and shameless after saying that.
それなら好きなだけ一人で探しなさい。ママは知りません。
Ugh.
勝手にしなさい。
After blasting her with those last few words, Rosa spun on her heels and quickly returned to the mansion. Maria probably viewed that as a cold gesture meant to injure, but that wasn't Rosa's intention. It was because the hand with which she had so emotionally struck Maria's cheek was still numb. It was because if she stayed there screaming, she might again be taken over by her emotions and continue slapping her daughter's cheek over and over. After Rosa left, Maria was left alone in the rose garden. The wind began to blow stronger and stronger, and every once in a while a raindrop would fall on her forehead. However, Maria couldn't leave that place. Not until she found that poor wilting rose. Oh, come on. You can't leave a kid out there when there's a monsoon coming. It had definitely been there. Even so, it wasn't. Even though she knew the place, and even though it had been there, it wasn't. Maria bitterly stared at the place it was supposed to be and thought frantically. Maybe the angle I'm looking from is wrong. Maybe the height I'm looking from is wrong. While gazing at a single point, Maria repeatedly stood up, changed her position, and continued to stare. The wind was getting stronger and stronger, but Maria kept looking for that rose in front of the flower bed. Oh, fuck. Jesus. I was not expecting that. Like a half an hour ago, I was like, oh, we're about to leave the beach. I'll just stop. I'll just, give it a couple more minutes. And now that happened. And I could not stop that. There's no way I was going to cut in the middle of that scene. Fucking hell. That was, I mean, that's something where you see both sides and you get, you feel for both sides. Although I'm really not a fan of that method that Rosa used. I know she's upset right now. And I know that's how she was brought up. Still not the first way I think you should go about handling things. Or the 10th way or the 100th way. But, man, that was really tough to watch. That was, Jesus. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for watching. It's been an extra long episode here. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than, wow, it was rough. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Thanks and goodbye.